Okay, so let's take a look at how you can create object storage in archive storage bucket option. So when you go to Oracle Cloud, you will have one free tier. So there is one service which is free with some limitation. For example, object storage. You get two options with object storage, one being standard and second being archive storage. So archive storage is the one I was talking about, and we will set this up in our Oracle Cloud. So make sure to go to Oracle Cloud, and once you are in dashboard, click on the navigation menu, then click storage. Now here you see option for block storage, file and buckets. So object storage and archive storage has this bucket option, so click on that. And here I already have one bucket which is standard tier 1. Okay, it's private, so there are no public links, right? So I will create a bucket which would be in archive storage tier, so it will be around 10 GB. So we will see how to do that, considering we have only 20 GB limit for free trial. And so let's create that. So here it says start with bucket name and choose your storage tier. So I will choose archive mode. Right here we will name this, say arc diff. So this is the bucket I'm setting for archive storage tier. Everything within archive storage tier would be same as standard tier except few exceptions like auto tuning, etc. So we cannot enable auto tuning for archive storage. Also there is option for us to choose object versioning, object event, then uncommitted multi-part upload cleanup. So these are some of the options you have with archive storage. You can enable or disable them. There is also encryption option. So if you let the Oracle manage it, you can download the wallet option and later use that to decrypt your data into the bucket while sending or downloading it, right? You can also use your own customer map keys, so it will require valid key and you have to give it that access before it can do anything. Then there is tags option. You can sort with tag key and value, right? And if you are into service tags, you will be using this either way, right? I'm leaving this part, but apart from that I added the bucket name, selected the storage tier, right? And then I will hit on create button. So it will immediately create your one bucket worth 10 GB of storage. As you can see, it has default storage tier of archive, visibility is private. If you want to delete it, you can simply choose the hamburger menu, click delete, and you can add tag, view tags, set the visibility private public, move its resources. There is also pre-authenticated request option, just like you have in standard tier, so we will take a look at that shortly. And there is view bucket details. This will take us to same page when we click on this, right? So here you can see our bucket related information here. Then we have object section empty. Let's say if I choose to upload some data to here, so the objects in archive or in storage tier both are going to be the same, right? So I click on upload, and here I'm not choosing any object prefix. I can choose, but I'm letting it as is. Then I will select the file. Then let's say I'm selecting this. Let's say I have orders.json file. I will upload this, right? And let's see what happens, right? So the file is uploaded. I will close this and you can immediately see file appearing right here. Now the thing is, we have this file as an object on archive storage tier. Now if I want to access this, I will have to right click and then I can use to create a pre-authenticated request. So only this particular object is used, right? So I will keep the default machine generated name. I will allow object read or write or both, right? And I can make it expire on, let's see, Saturday, right? And I will keep the time as is. And now I will create pre-authenticated request. Now as you can see, it has created the URL. I will simply copy this. Now I can read this in my browser, right? And if I hit enter, it will show me the raw data as it is parsing it by default. So I will go for raw. Here you can see code not restored message. This object is in archive tiers and need to be restored, right? So it is not letting me access this. So let me close this. Here we will have to say restore. I'll just say 1 hour for restore object. Now it is saying archive restoring. And once it does, we can again just go to our link and then let me refresh meanwhile. Now based on the region you have, it will do most of the operation immediately, and you can even view the object details, right? URL path, as you can see, you can use this URL path. Then we choose to download, that is also possible. Now in new tab we will post our link. Here you can see code not restored. The object is in archive tier and is being restored, so we will have to wait, right? So meanwhile we can move on to another part. So here you see we have like visibility where we can choose private, public and save the changes. There is also move resource option. You can move from one compartment to another, right? So from here to here or some other totally different destination compartment, I can move that, right? Then you have add tags option. So for those who are into tags and need it for organizing, you can add your key value pair and then click add tags. Finally delete option, right? So we have like everything available within our reach here. So for up to 10 GB I can store some of the static resources here, right? And we can also view the metric for the file uploaded and requested, right? There are also options to set the lifecycle policy rules. So create rules, you can apply them for objects, right? So lifecycle action delete, number of days 30. So I can delete everything within my bucket after 30 days of upload, right? And also you can see you will have to set your identity access management policies before you work with some of the policy rules within storage as well. This helps you when you have like multiple users trying to force their policies. So I am currently the admin for this particular account, but if you have like other users also using your storage or so, and you don't want to give them access for particular policy, you can set IAM policies, right? So there is one more thing apart from that, replication. So we can also set the policy for that. Select destination for replication. So if you are trying to make it available to multi regions, Then this replication policy will allow you to choose the destination and allow the replication there. Retention rules, like I mentioned previously, you can retain the file to like 30 days or so, right? So that's policy. You can enforce that. You can also prevent until you delete the retention rule, right? So pretty much most of the policies and the features you can find here. Then you also have logs for whatever you choose to do, like read access, write access, whatever that happens with your file, you will be able to access that through logs, right? So finally comes the objects part, where you can see the object, right? If I wish to delete this object, I will have to choose more actions and delete, right? So another option is from the hamburger menu, if I choose delete, and if I delete from here, right? So you can use your archive storage for storing some of the long-term static and permanent file, like some of those document images that don't change and you want to hold them out for storage. So you can use archive storage in that context, right? So finally I will also show you some other features, like let's see, currently only one object was there, so if I refresh this, even that information will go away, right? So let's wait for seeing it load. Okay, object is gone. Now we don't have to use the pre-authenticated link anymore because it's gone. So if I like paste it and run it, it will just show you the cached version, and it will show you message that object was not found in this particular bucket, right? So everything looks correct. So we have like two buckets here, right? And we are not storing anything, and both of them fall within our free tier option, right? So we have managed to create one archive storage, and we created one bucket within Oracle Cloud's object storage and archive storage section. So we managed to do it pretty well so far, and we have our dashboard where we can easily access this section from storage buckets, right? So I have shown you the flow as well, so now you know how to create the archive storage bucket in Oracle Cloud.